how you can use your existing investments as a pledge, maybe in your business, maybe in your, let's say, the certain loans that you need to take. My name is Arpit Arora. I'm India's leading personal finance expert and passive income coach, and I'm on that quest to change the middle class of India and transform their financial life in such a way that they are able to have the potential to follow their passion. They have the focus to follow their passion. They are not distracted by money because they're creating enough passive income, and most importantly, they're able to live with inner peace and joy. And that, my friends, happens by winning the game of money. That happens when you upgrade your financial IQ, and that most importantly happens when you are committed to achieve financial freedom in your life, because it cannot happen without a commitment. And it is my commitment to make sure you get all the support that you need to walk and achieve that destination. Pledging. So I'm going to make you watch a certain video of the entire process of what pledging is, how it is done, and how you can use your existing investments as a pledge, maybe in your business, maybe in your, let's say, the certain loans that you need to take. So a lot of people are doing that. Recently, I've seen that people, instead of putting their real estate as a pledge, maybe real estate is worth 5 crores, you only need to take a 50 lakhs ka loan. Why do you need to put a real estate worth 5 crores for pledge, right? But you need to give a secured. The loan is secured, so you need to give something. What would you do? You need to pledge something. What can you pledge? Your existing investments. So we'll be talking about what is the process, and then we'll be talking about how much money can you get from each of the financial investments that you've made with us. Okay, so let's get started. So let's watch this video. This is made by HDFC. All right, so let me just reduce the volume of it. I'm going to change my mic to the laptop mic. It will be easier for you to hear it. And so this video is made, the concept, the process, both is covered here. So SEBI's new margin pledge system, it is explained here. So please watch carefully. Here we go.
Hello. Do you know what margin means in the stock market, or how the new margin pledge system works? Let me first explain the concept of margin with an example. Here's Vandana. She wants to buy a car from a dealer. In order to book the car, Vandana has to first make a down payment as advance to confirm the purchase. Once she pays up the balance, the car is handed over to her. In the stock market, this down payment is known as margin. It is the amount that an investor pays upfront to the broker in order to trade on the exchange. This margin can be paid in the form of cash from the investor's bank account, or by pledging other stocks that belong to the investor from her demat account. Now let's understand what margin pledge is all about. Let's say Vandana now wants to buy some shares. To do this, she will first need to pay a margin to her broker. Instead of paying cash, she can choose to pledge some shares she owns already in favor of the broker using the margin pledge mechanism. Once she pledges her old shares, she gets the ammunition or margin to buy the shares she wants. The pledged shares, meanwhile, will no longer be available for her to sell, except under special circumstances. She now pays her broker for the new shares purchased and takes delivery of those shares. Her liquidity or margin to buy more shares is now restored. She can now either release the pledge or use it to invest again. Now let's see how Vandana can pledge her shares. It's complicated, but very secure. To begin the process, Vandana has to initiate a pledge request online with her broker. The broker then intimates the depository. The depository, in turn, sends Vandana a confirmation link to verify the pledge request raised. Vandana now has to verify the pledge request and enter the OTP sent to her by the depository to confirm the pledge. The unpledging process is much simpler. Vandana initiates an unpledge request to her broker. Her broker conveys it to the depository, which confirms back to the broker. Vandana's shares are now unpledged. Happy investing, folks.
So what's happening in this process is basically that this was in the context of the broker, but the same process can happen with the bank itself, where you can take your financial assets. Like, I know a lot of people who are in the contracting business. They always need to keep up FDs. I know a lot of people who are, sending their children abroad. They need to keep securities. People have, you need to buy infrastructure-based loans. All of that you need to set up, you need to give margins first. And those margins happens in the form of pledging. You need to pledge some of your assets. So I will be now sharing with you that certain investments that you've made with us can be pledged. What are the pros and cons of it and how you can use it when you really need to. So when you buy stocks, so stocks may you get from 0 to 50%. Okay, let me make it a little bit easier for you to read as well. Here we go. So these numbers, don't quote me on it because this can change and this has to be verified with your banker. But when it comes to stocks, 0 to 50% margin can be given to you against the stock. The reason why I would not encourage the stocks, at least the ones that we are managing, is because we won't be able to sell it. So unless you are holding stocks with yourself, which you only want to buy and forget, that you can use for a pledging purpose. But mind you, until you settle the loan, you will not be able to sell the stock. And if the stock is falling and you want to exit, you won't be able to. But if you want to book the profit of the stock again, you won't be able to. So stock, surely not recommended. The NCDs that you bought with us do not give you any margin in this. So there is no benefit in the NCDs. But in case you buy Bharat bond or infrastructure bond of AAA rated government entities, both give you a 90%, which is as good as an FD type margin. So this is the highest in its all categories. Even sovereign gold bonds give you as much as 60% margin on the valuation. And then index ETFs, I think 50% and upwards is what you can expect from the index ETF. I think 50 to 70% you can expect from the index ETF as margin. So typically index ETF which you're buying for the long term, you can do that here. And Bharat bond or infrastructure bonds and even SGB, all of these can be considered. Stock is a big no-no. All of these you can use, put it up as a margin, and not necessarily having to put your documentation or papers of your property. That's a mistake I would say a lot of people do, because mostly आपको loan amount बहुत छोटा लेना होता है, but आपका value of real estate is much more. So surely this can come handy in a scenario like that.